I'd like to talk today about video I saw done by Keith V. Johnson of Tomanagura. His website. He does a lot of stuff about straight razors, and he had an interesting video about something in the straight razor world about the 8K stone, that there's this magical number, the 8K, and that you need to, that's the minimum that you can get a comfortable shave from, supposedly. And he was talking about 8K stones, and the highest JIS waterstone I have is about a 6K on the GIS standard. And there's all these different standards and ratings and all this stuff. That's one of the other things he was talking about K, because I have a little chunk of a Norton waterstone that's a 4K and 8K, and I have some other stones here that you know you would think are 8K or above, but I'm going to discuss the issue with that. So the thing is that Norton came out a couple of years ago, and they released the micron rating for the stone, and it's actually a 3 micron, which, if you look at the JIS standard at 8K, that's 1.2 around, roughly, micron. Another stone that is rated at 8K, and I think this is the ANSI, the ANSI standard, is the DMT extra fine, and that's also a 3 micron stone, but you'll also have the 8K rating. Also, caticules, Belgian yellow caticules, you also hear these discussed all the time as being 8K. Spyderco ultrafine, this is, you'll hear different things about the Spyderco ultrafine. This is, sometimes you hear it's a 3 micron stone, sometimes you'll hear it's 6K, 8K, 10K, 12K, 14K, 15K, you know. I've got a Veneve diamond, resonant pregnant diamond stone, combination stone, and one side is 1200 grit. This is the American grit, which 1200 is about 4K JIS or 3 micron, and then the other side is 2000, the FEPA standard, and this is around 1 micron, and that makes it 10 to 12K, whatever system you're using. If you use the Shafton system, it could be 15K. So you have all these different ratings. These are all the Spyderco, the Belgian, DMT, Veneve, the Norton, and also I have a Primitive Dan's Black Arkansas stone, some Welsh slates, purple slate, dark gray slate, and I've got an older French slate stone, a Laloon or special stone. I think that's what it is because of the saw marks and the pock marks and the color of the slurry and the metallic speckles on the top, and the density of this thing is almost denser than a Arkansas stone, and those are pretty dense. So you have all these high grit stones. These are all would, except maybe the dragon's tongue, which, you know, is things are could be rated around 8K, above, below. People, it's different stones. That's the other problem, is when you're dealing with artificial stones, and it doesn't always hold for artificial stones either, as you can see with the Spyderco and the Norton and the DMT and the Veneve, is that depending on what grit rating system, how the stone is made, what type of stone is it, the bond, the particle density, particle size, which you think grit is supposed to take care of, but sometimes it doesn't. Those those stones you can actually rate with the particle size. You can't really do that with natural stones. Now, of course, you can measure the particle size of it, but the particle size doesn't always reflect exactly how the stone cuts. Belgian yellow codicle, for one instance, has very large particles, but cuts very finely. Same thing with the Arkansas stone; they have larger particles than you'd see the stone cut. And the way the stone is formed or bonded, they don't have a binder because it's a natural stone. But what holds the stone together is different from stone to stone. It's different from artificial stones. Not all synthetics are the same. This is a sintered ceramic. This is a substrate infused diamond, or it's just a piece of metal coated with a diamond coating, and it's kind of glued in place. This one is kind of like a kind of mixture between a water stone and a diamond and a Spyderco. Kind of feels like a Spyderco stone too, like a sintered ceramic stone. So when it comes to knives, it's also said around 6 to 8K is where you end up seeing a limit of effective performance that you can tell a difference from. So often it's said, you don't need to go any higher than those grits, which with knives you can basically get extra coarse, medium, fine, extra fine, ultra fine, and if you take your stones and you measure out what is you look at the scratch pattern, you see the performance you're getting from it. That's the best way to judge how the stone works for you, is to actually get one and try it out. Which brings up another problem, is how do I describe what this stone or this stone or this stone, how do I describe its behavior, its characteristics, something that Cliff Stamp has been working on and has talked about. Because these stones will work with different steels, they'll leave a different finish, their cutting speeds are different, there's sometimes how many times the way you use the stone is different. Some stones are softer. This one's fairly soft relative. This is very hard stone. So, because I was thinking about getting an 8K stone in the near future, and I was shopping around for one because I'd really like to get an 8K Japanese style water stone, and trying to sort out what is what and what's really 8K, what's not 8K, what the binder is, what's the abrasive used, etc., and what steels you can use on it. It's not there. Like Stu from Tools from Japan has done a intimate bit of work on grading water stones. I wish I could find that work. I've been looking for it again. I saw it some time ago. It was like a 4-page thing, but he rated a bunch of sharpening stones. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.